Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Master League team because we got to do a few of these this week. This is from James from earlier in the season, and he says, "Hi Dan, thanks for all the content. I'm fairly new to GBL, but I've learned a lot from your videos. I wanted to see how viable a team with no legendaries could be for the current Master League, as it seems a bit more accessible with the rise of Rhyperior. I definitely feel the lack of stats compared to a legend team at times, but when 8 and 2 with this set, one of the losses was my error. 2200, 2300 range when these were done, which was a few weeks ago." Okay, so um, Primarina, Rhyperior, gholdengo. And there are probably only like 6 or 7 really non-viable legendary Pokemon in the Master League. Primarina is running, you have two options. You can run Waterfall or Charm with more Rhyperiors. Like Charm has generally been the better one for Primarina because of all the dragons in the Master League. I guess with an increase in Rhyperiors, you are maybe better off with Primarina. I don't know if that's the case with Waterfall, sorry, but like Waterfalls is a pretty hard hitting move, and then the Hydro Cannon and Disarming Voice for good coverage for charge moves there. Rhyperior is the biggest one because Rhyperior got the Mud Slap buff. Um, and there are quite a decent amount of steals, Dialga being the main one, in the Master League. And then having Breaking Swipe, which is a not hard hitting. It is a quick move, but it's a dragon move, and there's a lot of dragons in the meta. And then Rock Wrecker is the hard hitting move. Really, really hard hitting move, like 2.6 damage per energy. And it covers all your flyers where Mud Slap is resisted. So uh, Yveltal and Ho-Ho and those other flyers, Lugia, you hit super effective with the Rock Wrecker where Mud Slap is otherwise resisted. Gholdengo's, I've covered Gholdengo like maybe once or twice here now. Astonish got buffed, so it is better. I think people used Hex before because it's faster energy. The problem with this Pokemon, and I'm sure you're going to see it today, is that Shadow Ball and Focus Blast are very slow to get to because it takes like 6 Astonish and it's a 3 turn move, like 18, and then 18 turns worth of energy and like 24 with a Focus Blast. So it takes a while to get to these moves. So it's not that great, but well, let's check it out since I've already been talking for 2.5 minutes and we haven't even started the battles. Okay, great lead. Um, they kind of just waited to see if it was Charm or Waterfall. Because if it was a Charmer, they could probably stay in to a certain extent, but it is a Waterfall. So they get out into a Mewtwo. Primarine takes a ton of damage there. So yes, this would have been a way better answer. Again, I'm not totally familiar with all these Pokemon, but Gholdengo is half steel, and Mewtwo, um, obviously just with Psy Strike and Psycho Cut, they'd have to throw if they had a Shadow Ball. So Astonish while resisting the Psy Strike and Psycho Cut would have been amazing, but it's okay. We got one shield right here. As you can see, the Astonishes are adding up, right? So it did get buffed, so it's a pretty nice move overall. And they go Break and Swipe, so I don't think you're going to get to another move. So yes, throw that Shadow Ball, because this will be good chip damage. And if they don't know the counts, they might shield it anyways, because Astonish is adding up. Um, Back into Primarina. They get their own Primarina. This one is a Fairy, so we are going straight for the Rock Wrecker. And notice how it's not even that much more energy to get to the Rock Wrecker compared to the Breaking Swipe. Yet this thing nukes. Holy smokes. Um, Crazy how much Rock Wrecker does. It's like 100 and it's really, really high. I'll look up the stats while this matchup is playing out. But it is a really hard hitting, 132 damage. Only 50 energy, so it only takes 5 to get 2, right? So we just saw one more than Break and Swipe. Break and Swipe is 4, only 5 to get 2, and 132 damage at 2.64 damage per energy. So love to see it. Gholdengo looks like the safe swap here. Sorry, let me just go back to the beginning because I totally missed what was at the lead. Primarina, it was a Kyogre at the lead, right? So I'm actually surprised that you're switching here, um, because you're switching into a neutral matchup, and you basically had a neutral matchup on the lead, right? Because they're actually you had a pretty good matchup on the lead because they only have water type moves, and you have the disarming voice. So I'm really surprised that you gave up switch here. They now get their Yveltal on you, so you do grab a shield. Um, you can come Primarina. You still have to worry about Oblivion Wing if they have that. But I think at this point you just take it. Mm, I don't know about wasting. It would hurt, and I get it. I get why we're shielding to a certain extent. Here comes another one. And see, you live it, and then they give up, and then, oh yeah, you. Is this one of the two that you lost? Because I do not like how you're playing this matchup at all. Um, will get to a move. Will hopefully take this out because they're loaded with energy. And if your Rhyperior comes in, this thing is going to get at least a Surf off. If not, if they may have like Origin Pulse, this would really hurt. Um, oh, wait, you are double super effective because you are a rock and a ground, so you take double super effective from water. So all you need is a Surf. Okay, that was rough. I think a few things here. One, Kyogre only knows water type moves. Um, Waterfall, Surf, Origin Pulse, or like, actually, you know what? It does know Thunder. I take that back. It does know Thunder. That being said, like, it's an otherwise evenish matchup. If you're maybe worried that they're gonna get to the Thunders, I don't even think a Thunder will one-shot you because it's a non-stab Thunder from a Kyogre. So I think you could probably just stay in that lead matchup. And then giving up Switch. Um, yeah, to give up Switch, I always say this, when you're gonna give up Switch, I do not like shielding the move that comes from the first Pokemon. So in that matchup, Kyogre was waterfalling you, and then it got to a move, and you shielded that move. And then you just got punished. And that's why I don't like shielding that move, because you gave up Switch and you don't know it's going to come in, right? So if you're going to get something that's just going to punish you anyways, like an Yveltal, which is a dark and you are a ghost, you're just basically going to get punished anyway. So if you're going to make that swap and they don't swap right away and they're staying to chip you, I don't like shielding that chip in general because you don't know what's coming in to beat you. Okay, good lead, even though it's a waterfall, and Rhyperior jumps right into these waterfalls. They were thinking maybe it's a charm user at the hydro. Yeah, might as well grab a shield or take this out. And they shield, so you will stay in, shield back. Honestly, I would shield back. There's no reason to let this go. I'm I'm surprised. We're gonna stop that here. I'm surprised you let that go. One, because you could have just matched shields with them. Two, because you could have basically waterfalled them one or two more times and come out with almost a move. And three, then you could have aligned whatever Pokemon you wanted with the Dragonite, because the Dragonite wouldn't have come in, so you can have chipped whatever's in the back. And it was a Rhyperior in the back. So, um, or was it a Dragonite? Um, I saw Rhyperior in the top right corner, so maybe they made like an instant swap or something. Um, yeah, so I probably myself would have shielded, but we'll see. It looks like you're probably in a pretty okay situation anyways. Um, because they are using Dragonite, and Dragon is resisted by the Steel resists the Dragon. Multiple resisted moves. Here comes the Shadow Ball. This will take out because Dragonite's pretty glassy, and Astonishes are adding up. Okay, and they have a Togekiss, so that was just a weird. I swear it said Rhyperior in the top right. Okay, uh, Togekiss. So kind of evenish. Again, the positive is this is why Hydro Cannon is extremely important on Primarina because you have these waterfall slash charm users, like Charm User and Togekiss, and you could also use Charm on Primarina, where they'll eventually get to a move, but it takes like 8, 9 charms. And now you're getting to a move pretty quickly in Hydro that also does an insane amount of damage. So Kep Switch and then Gyarados comes in. This will be neutral. Um, and then you have to go Gholdengo because Mudslap is resisted. They give up into Ho-Oh, and they have a double flyer in the back. Um, okay, so good news is flying is resisted, so they have to throw. Fire is also resisted. So throw one more here, yep, because that's 9 versus 10. They may just let this go. I think you maybe want to go Rock Wrecker here. Okay, they actually did show. I was surprised. I'm surprised they just did not go two shield Gyarados. Um, and they're double shielding, thinking that they can just like take you out here. But now you just like, why don't you go two shield Gyarados? a waterfall Gyarados at that. You come in, you waterfall the Rhyperior down, and then you come out with a two shields plus energy against a Gholdengo, and you land the crunch too. This will take out the Gyarados, and then the Astonishes, you'll get at least one off to chip, and then you'll get to a Rock Wrecker here before it registers. Your opponent did like a terrible job. Your opponent threw that so hard. Um, Finding your win con, like, and this is, so these are 22, 2300 ranges. This is where, like, you can truly see, it's not only that, it's not even that they played, like timing wrong or even alignment wrong to a certain extent. It's just like, you got to know your win con here. You got to read, I know, I know my two Pokemon I have left. I know their two Pokemon they have left. I know I got the shield advantage. Where's the win con? Which Pokemon's going to take me to the win? Do I need to shield one? Do I need to let one go? Like, you need to be making that decision very, very quickly if you are running these Pokemon. Um, so, Ho-Oh on the lead, they thought maybe it's a charm user, but after a few waterfalls, they should know that it is not. Um, yeah, I would shield back because if they're not getting out of here, you're probably in a decent spot, and it is a Dialga, and this is where Rhyperior is coming to play. You have super effective Mud Slaps going for a neutral break and swipe, hopefully to lower their attack. Does get the lower the attack. Now, Iron Head is super effective on the steel. Sorry, on the rock. So committing that shield, getting the full farm down, coming out with a Palkia coming in. So getting the super effective break and swipe off. Again, it's a non-stab break and swipe, so it's only going to do so much, but it comes quick. Going for the Rock Wrecker as opposed to Rock Wrecker is just such a hard-hitting move, so maybe it does more actually. And they end up shielding and going out to the Gholdengo, knowing that you are half steel, so it will resist the Spatial Rend, which is still a hard-hitting move. Oh yeah, plus you're useless against Ho-Oh. If they try and overfarm, yeah, they're gonna take it out here. I was about to say, you gotta know. Even if you don't know the counts, you gotta have like that inside you, knowing like a internal timer almost on the inside here. So good lead. Uh, Tapu Lele comes out, and it is half psychic, so these astonishes are really adding up. Um, it has a Nature's Madness, which is resisted. It looks like they're also doing super effective because they're running Astonish as well. Um, but you do take them out and keep Switch, which is actually huge. Get back in the Primarina. I get back in fast because they're Switch locked. And you got out pretty fast. Like, I would have got in much faster there because they are definitely Switch locked and you could have really punished them. And a Xerneas comes in. So get that rock. I don't think there's a point to bait here. I really don't think there's a point to bait. I think you just grab that shield. I honestly, I don't even care that they shield. I don't think it's worth a bait there. Um, I think you grab that shield or you do an insane amount of damage, knowing that Primarina can be your win con. So that's what I would have done first time around, but second time around going for it as well, going for the Rock Wrecker, taking it out. Yveltal was not going to get the farm down here, so they're going to have to throw. They do throw. Yeah, you have the option to shield because you're out of move. Um, and they go straight Oblivion Wing. And instead of just throwing, I would have maybe thrown the Rock Wrecker there, but coming in and sniping with the Siren Voice is fine. Maybe you just don't want to potentially give them too much energy, but you could have thrown the Rock Wrecker and then instant gone into here. And letting it go, getting a Hydro up. I mean, I don't think there's a point of letting it go. I think you probably just should have shielded anyways, but taking it out with the Hydro. I was going to say, did I mess up the orders here? Okay, Tyranitar is a good lead because it is half rock, so it is weak to water. Um, they are running good catch on Kyogre. Nice catch on Kyogre. They are running Smackdown, so it is adding up. Um, Going Gholdengo because again, this is kind of the only Pokemon you have uh, an okay matchup in because waterfalls are. It would be like neutral Primarina and then bad Rhyperior because the waterfalls would be super effective, double super effective. So there's no chance we're coming in there. We're coming in here. Um, Going to shield up a move. Now, can you take this out with the buffed Astonishes? Yes. Are we going to throw blindly? No, but it's okay. You can live one move, so Focus Blast will be super effective and double super effective at that because it is Rock and Dark. Um, and now getting here. Now, this is one where, I mean, I still may have baited um, Rock Wrecker, but it's fine just going straight Breaking Swipe here to lower their attack. I can see my video is lagging, but it seems like my audio is okay, so hopefully that it stays okay. Um, Getting off another Breaking Swipe, and this is the thing, like once that Breaking Swipe adds up pretty quick, so um, just being able to chip with those two is significant in itself, and then come and trying to snipe with the Astonish. Don't get it, but that's okay. My video is very laggy, but that's okay. Most of you are watching, 80% of you are watching the battles anyways, and the other 20% are not even watching the video. You just had me on the background just for some ambient noise. Um, so they come in with Rhyperior, getting the Shadow Ball off. This will grab a shield. They may be able to mud tap you down. Okay, they do not. So this is good. You just let this go. Can you get your move? No, that's okay. Out comes Primarina. Rockwrecker, again, will hurt if they're at it, but going to let it go and just going to try and choose shield Rhyperior in the back here. Um, Dragonite did throw energy. Honestly, yeah, I think it's worth a shield. Just because you have a move, you're going to grab a shield back or do chip just because Mud Slap is resisted and those Dragon Breaths will start adding up. So grabbing that second shield, hopefully we can get to Rock Wrecker quicker than them. We do. Get that Rock Wrecker off. This will probably take him out. Super effective, hard-hitting move. Yeah, what? And it's a ho-ho. I said uh-oh, but because it is a ho in the back, and that is double super effective Rock Wrecker coming its way, so they get out. Okay, Rhyperior taking super effective waterfalls, deciding, yeah, I'm going to stay in this terrible matchup for some reason. Uh, get the Hydro Cannon off. They shield, easy. This should be an easy match and take this out. Yeah, easy match just to take this out, and they still give up switch. Um, and you kind of just like, what do I do against this Pokemon? So it's Tapu Bulu, which is half grass, half fairy. So the steel is a pretty nice answer for grass and fairy. Nature's Madness is resisted. They'll have another move, but that's okay. It's all resisted. Okay, my video is really messing up tonight for some reason, but I think the audio is still working, so we're gonna hope it does. Are we gonna go back and listen to it to make sure? Probably not, because that's the, hey, I'm on vacation, come on. Um, but also, it's Master League, so much like the league, not a lot of people are gonna be watching this. Okay, they are using, what the heck are they using with Palkia? I don't even know what move that was. What is that animation for Palkia? Okay, Rock Record does an insane amount. Going to show the move because that Mud Slap will go through and take him out. Okay, I think we have one more battle here. Landorus, or Landorus, good lead. They'll get out once they realize it's Waterfall into Zacian and Gholdengo as the Steel comes in. Will resist the, um, kind of force them to throw Focus Blast if they have it. Not Focus Blast, Close Combat if they have it. Or Wild Charge. Both lower their defense, so shielding up one, they're now 4 times lowered, so Astonish should just be able to take this out before they get another move off, because that's what happens when you lower your defense so much already against a hard-hitting move. Get to a Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball will chip a good amount. They do shield, which is interesting. Knowing they have a Primarina lead, whenever I'm in this, they double shield. Um, Trying to farm down. I get that they'll come out with 2 moves and chip you here, and they fast move deny. Not again, not that they fast move deny, it's just that the game kind of screwed you. Sansear Storm, attack does fall. Going to shield up one of these, and let's see if they throw and then immediate get out. and it is a Dialga in the back. And we're gonna have to throw the Breaking Swipe because it's the only charge move we have that actually does something. Do not get the lowering of the attack. Iron Head will be super effective. Not enough to take out. Going for the full farm down. Do not quite get it. Uh, going to have to throw a move to take this out. Worry that they're going to get to a move and take you out. And now, who's going to win this race? They're going to win this race. And it should be enough to take you out. Yep. So, yeah, good job by the opponent. I'm surprised. I'm still kind of surprised I didn't go double shield. Um, or like a shield advantage Dialga, but I guess when you have um, Landorus that is just very, very spammy. I know it got nerfed a bit, but when you're that spammy and that those moves lower your attack, I guess it makes sense to try and get those moves off. Anyways, thank you for the submission. Uh, I was about to say it's good to see all Master League Pokemon, but is it? Sorry, I promise I will not be negative the entire week. It's just like, come on, guys, killing me here. Yeah, so thanks for the submission. Again, I think the one that you said in your even in your submission that you messed up royally in one battle. One of the losses was entirely user error, so I'm guessing it was that earlier match where I'm like, what are you doing? So I think you kind of already recognize that. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.